What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Filmbros podcast. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
What's up?
And we're back to give you guys the news. And on top of that, we're going to be giving a review of the newest episode of Andor, episode 11. So stick around for that if you guys want to hear our thoughts on that. If you guys haven't seen the episode, remember, it's going to be spoilers. So when we get around that time, we'll remind you. But before then, Josh, let them all know where they can find us and where they can give us feedback.
We're on Twitter, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Filmbros podcast. That's all our handles. If you're listening to this on YouTube, descriptions will be down in the description. I guess.
All right, cool. All the handles.
Yeah.
Could ride my bike with no handlebars.
Well, I said them.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you did it. No, I was just.
Yeah,
you said handles, and I was thinking of that song, Handlebars.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out Flo. What is it? Flowbutts?
Yeah. Old song. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Classic. So starting off, Quentin Tarantino's in the interviews again. He says that the current movie era that we're currently in is the worst in history, and also says that in his opinion the best film he's ever made was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, I can't agree with him on the first part. I could maybe kind of agree, but there's so many more that he's known for, like Kill Bill 1 and 2, Django, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, all these different ones. I can't say that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the best, but I feel like in my heart it was pretty good, not gonna lie. But besides the point, what do you think? Do you think we're in the... Do you agree with him? Are we in the worst movie era? What about the movie pick for himself?
We're not in the worst movie era. I don't think. He's just... It's another thing of just being salty that, something's working right now. It happens all the time, Right now it's superhero movies. Eventually it'll be something else. But for now it just happens to be superheroes. We live in a time of fantasy, I think. It's not anything bad. He just can't stick with the times, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because everything's more about like futuristic and sci-fi and all that stuff too. And he's mostly known for more grounded, samurai, the Old West movies, stuff like that. So he's in a different category. I mean, I guess in a way his movies can't really shine right now, so maybe that's another reason why he could be a little bit upset about it, because if it ain't a superhero movie, more than likely, it's a 50-50 chance somebody's going to go watch it. But if it's a superhero movie right now, there's an 80% chance they're going to buy a ticket and go watch that movie over, one of those blockbusters that are coming out. Unfortunately, I mean, Quentin Tarantino, you know how to make movies. Make a saga like everybody else is doing. It's good to go that route right now because a lot of people are into that whole connectivity right now. I wouldn't say go as far as the MCU has gone. I like the movies that they're coming out. It'd be nice, in my opinion, if we can get a reboot of the MCU, or maybe, because it sucks that we lost all the main characters and now we're just driving a different direction. That's my own personal thing. But I don't think they're the worst movies, but I think they could be better than what they are as of right now. If that makes sense.
That was actually, I was thinking about that too, because I don't think now that we did lose like the main characters and stuff, we should be getting like solo movies and trilogies outside of the MCU for Iron Man or Hulk or whatever. Mm-hmm. Just so we can have more than what the MCU has given us with that. But because I still prefer sometimes a trilogy over going back to rewatch Iron Man and then go through it all.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't agree with what he says that it's the worst, but I do think the whole superhero genre is getting I wouldn't say diluted, but very thick with just MCU. I guess you could say. So, I mean, the MCU's killing it. I can't hate on the bag, but Yeah, we need some separate stories. We need a little bit more storytelling, in my opinion, with some of the stuff. And, so I can kind of see where he's coming from, but at the same time, I don't think it's the worst era. I don't think that, I honestly think this is the most groundbreaking era for movies. I mean, who would have ever thought, and like, what, about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe the beginning of the 2000s, that we would have been getting connected movies, Daredevil in movies with, Spider-Man one day, Iron Man, Captain America and Iron Man interacting in a movie, stuff like that. Like, nobody ever thought that was ever going to happen. And this era made it happen. We got so much out of this, not only with the MCU, but now different franchises are doing it. The Conjuring, the horror universe. You got the MonsterVerse that was trying to come up off the ground. You got the Godzilla and Kong universe. The kaijus, all that stuff. Like, there's so many universe. Like, I feel like it's right now. It's making history. We're seeing movies reach all-time high. Endgame, Infinity War, all that. Avatar, I believe, still holds the top spot, and especially with these little re-releases they be doing, they're just fluffing it up and just keeping it up there. But I mean, I think it's more groundbreaking than the worst. I just think, I think he's just a little bit upset just because that's distracting from what he does and what he prefers.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not in the worst era. I mean, whether you think it's the MCU formula or whatever, it's definitely not the worst. Like, there's no way that we watched Wakanda Forever and like that's the only movie as of recently where I can think of like there's no way you can see that movie and think, yeah, we're in the worst era of movies. Like, there's no way. And as for his best, in my opinion, I think it's still Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I don't think Hollywood is as good as he thinks it is. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I still think it's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is a good one. I still Kill Bill. Maybe it's because I grew up on them, but Kill Bill 1 and 2 are like my favorite from him. So, I mean, but that could just be me with the way that I.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's just not like in his cut of the pie right now. I mean, like, like if he were to adjust to the times, like Cameron has, even though he does say some shit, he'd still be getting his bag.
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit more respect for Cameron, at least, because at least he's dipping his foot into those genres, trying to keep his, himself afloat. No pun intended, Titanic. So I think he's doing I think James Cameron is doing pretty good, but Quentin Tarantino, man, just make a couple movies like that. See if you got the chops for it. I mean, at one point, I think he was in talks to direct a Star Trek movie. I think he was in talks to do the third part, but I don't know what happened and that they fell through. So, I mean, at one point, I guess he was giving it a shot, but, I don't know. Got cold feet, maybe. Who knows? Coming up, too. So, we got some talks that Jason Blum and James Wan are going to be mixing their production companies, which is Blumhouse and Atomic Monster, to basically become this juggernaut of horror films and just pump them the fuck out, bro. Like they want to be having like a horror movie empire kind of thing.
That sounds pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah, dude. Like James Wan is a master horror movie guy. Blumhouse has been putting out bangers. Yeah, they got a couple misses recently, but nonetheless, the movies that they've been putting out have been mostly successful, and I think them merging together and putting their minds together and working together, I think we would get some very, very, very scary movies.
Yeah, no, it's time we move past the Conjuring and like set the bar up somewhere else. But I think that sounds pretty cool because they've always been Blumhouse has always been my favorite since like they did the Conjuring, right? I'm not like
Blumhouse, yeah.
Yeah, ever since they did the first one, that they've always been my go-to for like horror movies because that first one still scares the shit out of me.
Dude, yeah. That I can't wait, especially because like horror movies have been kind of making a comeback as of lately, and it hasn't just been all like ghosts and all that stuff, like slashers and all that. So I love that this is happening, and I can't wait to see what I hope they're able to do it. It seems promising. I mean, I believe Jason posted it. I didn't see James Wan saying anything about it, but I know Jason posted it. So I'm hoping that everything works out and we get a shit ton of horror movies. I need a fuck ton of horror movies. A fuck ton.
Yeah, that would be really cool. We just gotta wait and see then, because that does sound pretty dope.
Yes, sir. We got some another rumor for Deadpool 3 as well, guys. Another rumor. Who knows what happened? Who knows what's gonna happen? But it sounded cool, so I mean, I'm gonna put it out there. So Daphne King may be coming back in Deadpool 3. As you know, she just recently took up a role in Alkalite, the new Star Wars series. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe when she's done with that, she might be making a cameo, doing a little part in there. I mean, I think it would make sense, being that she was in Logan, and hopefully they can pass the torch to her and maybe she can continue on.
You know, that would be dope, because I mean, I know people want Logan, and I don't know if his appearance in Deadpool 3 is a one-time thing or not, but I mean, Laura Kinney's right there, so I mean, why not make her the Wolverine? I know that'll probably piss off people, but who cares what they think, really?
Why would they get pissed off?
It's always that crowd where it's like, why are they making these superheroes women? That crowd. Nerdrotic and all of them.
oh. Shots fired. Oh, no. Name calling? No sneak dissing?
Yeah, no. I don't.
Damn. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with them, but they are putting a lot of women within the MCU, which is good. It's good to have that, but we need a balance, in my opinion. I think I think it's fair to say that there should be a good balance. In Wakanda Forever, it was mostly women, which it was good, but it would have been nice to see like M'Baku a little bit and stuff like that too. You know, the main characters from the first movie, build up upon them as well. Like, you know, I know that they're trying to put women front and center, but I feel like they're doing that and sacrificing some great stories that they were building up in the first one to put, you know, certain things and, you know, more front and center in the second one.
Nah, man, I don't know, because these are all like, to me, these is what legacy characters are like. You know what I mean? Well, okay, because I know this is a little off topic, but DC does like legacy characters with their sidekicks. Mm-hmm. Where if you notice, as like Marvel, they're not really sidekicks. Like, you don't. Miles Morales isn't a sidekick. You know what I mean? He's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how they do it. It's like a mantle type thing. Like Captain America, it's Sam now. That's a mantle. It's not Batman and Robin. It's equals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just how Marvel does it is different. So, like, of course, we're getting a bunch of female stuff now, but there's still a bunch of other like things going on where we haven't lost the males either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just know it would be dope to see Laura Kinney as Wolverine in the MCU.
And I wouldn't do all that whoop-de-wop about women because, I mean, we still got Falcon and Winter Soldier. That show came out. We still had Doctor Strange. That one still came out. Had the, you know, the people front and center. So, I mean, it's a good mix, but, yeah, a good balance would be nice in some of the movies as well, in my opinion. Another rumor. Everybody take it with a grain of salt, but apparently Fantastic Four may be set in the 60s, and it might be a team at a time type movie and not really like a full-on origin story. Like I said, it's a rumor from RPK. I mean, he's a really good rumor guy, scooper, I guess you could say. So, I mean, when it has a little credibility, I like to talk about it because it's good to theorize and speculate. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm good without the origin story. We already know how they get their powers. I mean, Sure, we can re-see it again in a different way or shape or form that's going to fit within the MCU. But I mean, if we can skip it completely, we're good. Let's go ahead and just get straight to the Fantastic Four. And I mean, it sucks when they have to make a prequel like that super far, because it's kind of like, well, nobody ever mentioned the Fantastic Four ever, and unless they're gonna literally make them underground and not show their faces and stuff like that, like I don't know how they would be able to do it. I mean, but it is what it is. I'm still excited to see the movie. I've been waiting on another Fantastic Four movie. Whatever they give us, I'll take. But we need something good, Marvel. Something good, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting. What about you? What do you think?
That's great, because if it is, that confirms my own theory, because ever since they name dropped them in Multiverse of Madness, where he was like, "Didn't you guys chart in the '60s?" and he was like, and Reed Richards was like, "Yeah," like he nodded. Well, like I'd imagine that's what happened with our MCU, our Earth's Fantastic Four. They charted, and they either got lost in time or something like that, and we just don't know where they're at, because they are famous. Their identities are known around the
Oh
world and stuff.
damn!
No masks,
I
no
forgot
nothing.
about that line in that movie.
Really? No, man. It stuck with me ever since I
Bro,
heard it.
Doug, you were just waiting on it to just
Yeah,
have it.
it's my own theory, because people were like, "Oh no, it's because Doctor Strange knows music and there's this band called the Fantastic Four or whatever." And I'm like, "No, that's dumb. Marvel would never just do that."
I would have never thought. Damn, it would make more sense. Jeez.
That's my own theory, where he was just like, "Didn't you guys try it in the '60s and just never heard from again?" So maybe that's why. That's my own theory. I'm so glad. If that's true, then great, because that's my own theory coming true. But to be fair, what do you call it? I mean, when was the last time we did see that origin? Like 2004, when that first one came out.
Yeah, and they showed it again in Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, but Fan Four Stick wasn't accurate. They didn't travel to another dimension.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be all accurate. They're gonna change it up to fit the narrative within the MCU, regardless. If they can make something with the origin story that's gonna connect later, they're gonna they're gonna do that, and they're gonna change it up a little bit. Like I said, it's basically gonna be the same thing, just different ways on how they get their powers,
Yeah.
and then moving forward. I'm good with not knowing if they just want to speak on it. If there's something important, go ahead and do a flashback towards it, but we don't really need to see a whole origin story redone in a different way again.
The only people that I can imagine knowing, because wasn't Hank Pym and his wife around, or they fought where? And they fought in the war, but like when?
Hank Pym and
His wife.
the Wasp. I don't know. I forgot.
I think they said it was around. No, not Vietnam.
I honestly, I don't remember.
I don't
I haven't seen
remember.
that man in a minute.
I don't
either.
remember, but I remember they said that they were around like the war and stuff.
Okay.
So they are the only people that I know that would remember the Fantastic Four charting in the '60s and just never being heard from again.
Damn. So maybe Hank Pym could be a kind of like somebody to know them,
Yeah,
and maybe have some flashback scenes with them.
yeah.
Who knows? It'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, now that you reminded me of that line and everything like that, it
Told
does.
you, man, I like that movie.
It sounds like it might be connecting. Good theory. Good theory.
You know, that one's been in my head for a minute ever since they name dropped it, because I'm telling you, I've been looking forward to this Fantastic Four movie. So
Yeah, man, me too. Can't wait. With that, let's move on to the next topic. We got Spider-Man freshman year potentially being canceled.
Oh shit.
Yeah, apparently there were some budget cuts in their animation department, and rumors are going around saying that it's on the chopping block.
No fucking way. That sucks.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of weird.
That sucks.
Disney has all the money in the world. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, isn't it Sony developing it?
No, it's Disney, but it's weird because they couldn't use their characters in live action because it costs more or whatever. But to animate them, it costs less, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's just their voices. Oh, but Tom Holland's not even voicing this guy either.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so apparently it's probably being canceled. I mean, like I said, it's still a rumor right now, but
That's
a couple sources covered it and said that it is probably canceled. So
oh
we have to
man.
wait and see. But I mean, to be honest, it sounded like it was gonna give more problems than fix. So I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe put the money a little bit,
Oh man, I don't
towards
know.
something different.
When they dropped that trailer, it looked really good to me. And like I saw the fan art and stuff, or not fan art, but the official art, like Norman Osborn and all of them. People were like, "Oh shit, he got the waves," like the comics and stuff.
Yeah,
Like I was looking forward to this one. So if it is canceled, that kind of sucks.
yeah. Honestly, I wasn't really excited for it that crazy. I mean, I was gonna watch it because if it connects, it connects. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. But I mean, if it's not gonna happen either, honestly, I don't. I'm not too stressed about it. It would suck because that means that like for some reason Disney's pumping more money into different things, which I'm pretty sure it's more in the MCU lane or Sony. I honestly don't know who's in charge of the show, but it's gonna be on Disney Plus, huh? So it has to
Yeah,
be
it
Disney.
had to be Disney.
Hmm.
Why can't they get rid of fucking zombies? God damn it! I don't give I don't give a fuck about them.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean,
Get rid of that one. Give
I would
me
get rid of that one before this one. Yeah.
yeah. The fuck. Get rid of What If. No.
No, I liked What If. Nah, What If was cool. Fuck. Come on, man. You can't say that wasn't badass when
I'm
Ultron just cut Homeboy in half, bro.
okay. But to be fair, I told you about how I felt about What If.
How'd you feel?
I like it better if it was an anthology series and not trying to connect like it was.
But it was in the beginning, and
Well,
then it connected towards the
but
end.
that's what I mean. I wish it didn't at all
But why?
because I just think it works better as an anthology series.
I think it worked pretty good the way that it did. I liked all the multiverses coming together. I liked how
And
Black Widow found a home at the end.
I need their stories to be a bit more like crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
Party Thor was kind of a letdown for me. I liked the Hank Pym one. That one was cool. The Clint and Black Widow one was cool too.
I'd want to see one where like what if it was the other half that got snapped, like the original Avengers that got snapped away, and then we got left with like Wanda and Spider-Man and all of them, the ones that like Bucky and all that, Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to see one about that. Or what if Quicksilver lived?
Oh yeah. How quick that fight with Thanos. What if Ant-Man actually went up his butt?
I just need them to get a little bit more creative with it, and then I wouldn't have too much of a problem with it. But anyway,
Yeah, I liked What If. Don't cancel that one. With that, the next thing we got John Leguizamo. He was the original Luigi in the OG Super Smash Bros. Film back in the 90s. He says that it kind of seems like they went backwards, and that it sucks that they didn't use a person of color to play the Italian and they used Chris Pratt. I kind of agree with him, especially with the way that Chris Pratt's voice came out. I saw the trailer, man. You promised something different, bro. You didn't give us any. You gave us a stupid difference. Okay, that's nothing how he's supposed to sound. He's not supposed to sound like that. You seen the trailer?
I did see.
He does not sound like that. Mario does not. He does not sound like that. How does he sound?
Oh, I'm not doing tomorrow,
bro. Do it, man. The fans want to hear it.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
That's not.
It's a me, Mario.
Yeah, see, that's how he's supposed to sound.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that big. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one because that shit sounds fucking ridiculous. I think they should have went with someone more, POC for me, because I mean that
An Italian, maybe.
Something better than Chris Pratt. Not the white man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like Jack Black as Bowser, I trust because I know he can make it.
He doesn't even sound like Jack Black.
Yeah, he can make himself. He's done animated work before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he knows how to do different versions of his voice, kind of like how Robin Williams used to do it and stuff like that. Chris Pratt, he doesn't have any chops for this. He's a actual, he's an actual actor, or he doesn't really do. From what I've seen, he doesn't do a lot of animation work. So I don't know. I don't know why they went the route they did, but that's not the voice. And I would have, if getting an Italian meant a little bit more authentic voice, I would have taken that better.
I'm waiting for when this movie comes out, and then they just edit Mario's voice into it like they usually do. The internet doesn't.
I don't think it got that much pushback. I didn't think it got enough pushback like how Sonic did.
Oh, it's not, but I'm telling you, they'll edit it like how they usually do. The internet works in mysterious ways.
YouTube and stuff. These people,
yeah,
who got all this time, it's crazy. Another thing too, in the news, we got the Megan movie getting a sequel being discussed already before the movie even came out. It's not out yet. Apparently, they're already planning for a sequel. I mean, part of me says that that's kind of the whole, hey, we're in a, connectivity era. You want to see one. If it does really well, we're doing 2, 3, whatever. And then a part of me is like, maybe they think they have a hit, kind of like how Chucky was. But I seen the trailer, and, she kind of gets down. It's kind of funny. I mean, I can say that I want to see it, but I don't think I'm as excited to see it like that. And I don't think that, I don't know. I don't want to formulate an opinion so soon, but I think it has potential to be good, but I don't know about part 2 potential just yet. The trailers haven't really showed me part 2 potential,
What movie is this? Is this the one where their like doll is like dancing or whatever?
Yeah, it's like the new killer doll. She was beefing on Twitter with Chucky's Twitter.
What the fuck?
You never saw those?
I know, man.
Yeah. She was like, "I'm the new killer doll in town," and he's like, "What? Who sent you or whatever?" And they were just going back and forth on Twitter.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
She was like, "This you?" And he was like, "Fuck you, bitch," or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to check it out though. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm really excited for this movie. If they have a hit, cool. I know we'll check it out eventually. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really do scary movies with dolls. Not because they creep me out or anything like that, but they're like my least favorite of like, they're like right there with zombies at my like height for like scary movie like base creatures. You know what I mean?
You don't think they're scary?
No.
You don't think Chucky's scary?
No.
What would you do? Just kick him?
I'd kick the fuck out of him.
But what if he stabs you? Why you try to kick him?
I'm taking that knife, stabbing him, and then kicking him.
Damn.
There's no. I don't
know. Is that easy?
I don't know, man. I don't think.
Get your bread up, Chucky.
Dolls just don't. Dolls like that don't really like scare me like that. Same with zombies. I'm not really a big zombie person. I don't know. Just depends.
All right. Scenario. Chucky hiding on top of the shelf. He jumps on your back, stabs you a couple times in your left shoulder over here. What do?
I'm gonna grip him by his fucking head and like bring him over my fucking shoulder and curb stomp the fuck out of him.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So hype level. I don't know how Megan's gonna do. Hopefully, it does do well, and maybe we do get to see that part 2 if they're already discussing it. I mean, if they're discussing it, they may think that they have a hit on their hands. So we'll have to wait to see.
Good luck to them, I guess.
We also got James Gunn on Twitter again, once again, DCing it up, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jonah Hex, and he posted a picture of Jonah Hex.
Oh, that movie? The one movie?
Not the movie, the actual, like a page from the comic.
Oh, because I know there's a movie.
But he said it's his favorite on the Twitter post, so.
Interesting.
You think we're getting a Jonah Hex movie?
I know nothing about this fucking
I love that now that he's been like the head of DC for like 16 days, we just have like every little tidbit that we get of DC, we're just like, bro, it must mean something. But what if he's just fucking with us and we just get like Clayface or something? The Clayface movie.
Man, I don't know.
And it's just a dude that plays with clay.
Nah, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the character very well, and I haven't seen the movie. I just know it exists.
I haven't seen that movie either. I heard it was garbage, so I never tried it.
No, it looks like something from the fucking 2000s that didn't really do too hot. I don't know how to feel about it. good for James Gunn if he likes it. I don't know. I don't know shit. Don't know shit about this fucking character.
Yeah, I don't think I know too much. And I think he's part of what, the Dark Horse comics or something, right?
Probably. I don't think I've heard about this guy in DC.
Yeah, no, I think he's part of DC, but I think he's part of the Darker Branch or something.
Dark Horse.
Yeah.
It's him, and then it's like Hellboy, Spawn, people like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I believe they're all under DC, right?
More or less.
Or like a branch under them or something.
Yeah, they work with them a lot. It's like him, them, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know that's like Nickelodeon. Whatever else.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he's making a Jonah Hex movie, like I said, hungry for DC content, give it to us, James Gunn. We're still waiting on actual news and confirmations from you. So, I know 17 days on the job, but make a move, guy. Next up, we also got Francis Lawrence has kind of been doing some interviews. He's his new movie Slumberland's coming out, and they had some time to ask him about the bioshock movie that he's making for Netflix as well. Big fan of bioshock. He says that he's gonna be like, apparently Netflix gave him full range to make the movie, so he said it's gonna be very faithful to the game. I don't give a fuck how many times these directors say that. Most of the time, it's as close as it can get, but it's not 100% perfect. No matter how much full range you get, I mean, it just to me, it sounds like, oh, director, saying that his thing is going to be exactly like the game, and I know it's not going to happen. But I like that he's probably going to adapt a lot of elements from it. I really like the games of BioShock, but yeah, I don't know how it's going to adapt to screen or movie well. Or I think it's a TV series on Netflix, so excited to see it. What about you?
That's cool. I didn't really play the games. I've seen them. I've seen the gameplay and story on YouTube and stuff. I know they're like horror games or something like that. Right? Something like that.
Yeah.
They're like first person.
Yeah, with the little girl.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I just, with these games turn into shows and movies, it's really hit and miss. Like I didn't like Uncharted. I did not see Assassin's Creed. I didn't even see the one with that chick Lara Croft or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones that seem to work are the ones that are animated.
Well, I heard The Witcher
Sonic,
was good though.
The Witcher, the Netflix
Yeah,
one. Maybe. I mean, but even then, that was even based on the material either. So
that's true. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens.
It's just hit and miss. If he's getting free range and he can make the games, then cool. Because I mean, even The Last of Us, I have total faith in Pedro Pascal and HBO Max. But I mean, again, how close can they make it to where you're like, oh shit, this is like ripped out of the game, type shit. But I know sometimes it's just hit and miss.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it, but I'm not gonna hold his word that it's gonna be as closely adapted as he says it's gonna be. But I'm still excited to see it. And in the same interview, he also commented on the Constantine 2, saying that it's gonna be an R-rated sequel. So I can't fucking wait. I loved the first one. Why it took them this many years to make a second one, I do not know. But if we get a fucking Matrix, whatever the shit it was, the last movie that happened, I don't want to hear it from anybody. Keanu, don't do that shit again. Make Constantine 2 really good. Make it bloody. I love the first one. I'm super excited for this one. What do you think about the rating?
Yeah. I that sounds fucking sick because I did like the first one, even though I wasn't old enough to see it when it was coming out and stuff. But I have seen it. It's really good. I hope he doesn't. I don't know what happened with the Matrix. The Matrix 4, I don't know what happened. That's a whole nother thing on its own. I disown that fucking movie. I like when I watch the franchise, I watch 1, 2, 3. There's no fucking 4 was just terrible. I don't know what he did there. Hopefully he puts a little bit more faith, because he has been saying he's been wanting this one for a minute. So hopefully he does pull a little bit more into it, make it like a passion thing, because Matrix 4 didn't work out, and I know he likes doing John Wick and stuff, and like he said, this one has been waiting for a cool minute to just pump out. So again, hopefully he gives it his all, because I'd be real upset if he doesn't.
Well said. Well said. Cannot wait for Constantine 2.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I need that movie ASAP. But, yep, can't wait for that R rating. Hopefully, plenty of blood, lots of demons dying. It's going to be great. Also, we got a new trailer for Will Smith's first movie since The Slap.
The Slap.
Yeah, so he's jumping back in. He's doing a movie called Emancipation. We seen the trailer earlier. It looks really good. Seems like he's getting slapped. But I think it looks really good. Like the trailer was really well made. It's on Apple TV for anybody that's wondering. It's being directed by Antoine Fuqua. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. It's a really crazy looking name, guys. I don't want to butcher it. So he's the director of Bullet Train. He's made Southpaw, Training Day, Olympus Has Fallen. He's made a lot of bangers. So I have no doubt that this one will be a banger for sure. It looks great in the trailer. It looks like it's gonna break your heart. I'm not sure how I feel about Will Smith 100% because he really made a hard time for a lot of comedians after what he did to Chris Rock. So I'm still debating whether I want to support this movie and watch it, but it has a lot of good people attached to it that I don't want to miss out, and it looks like the performances that they're giving are really good. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. That's a tough thing when it comes down to these things, because like the movie does look good. Like you said, the trailer looks good. The music was on good. It looks like it's going to be a really like heartfelt movie. But like sometimes it's just these actors, man, like Will Smith, or whether it's Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, whatever Kanye, whatever coin you flip. Like I think seeing a movie because of one person is kind of dumb, almost. Like there's too many things going on in movies to where your support because of one person doesn't really like make too much sense to me.
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because when you see a trailer and you don't know the actor, you're not gonna watch that movie. But if you know the actor, you're gonna go over there and buy a ticket.
Yeah, but that's different. I know the actor and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but what I mean is like from a controversial standpoint.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, if it's Will Smith, if it's Amber Heard, whatever, not going to see a movie because they're in it when there's a bunch of other moving pieces in that movie.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sit right with me, if that makes sense.
Okay, what if like Amber Heard's situation, that's probably different. Maybe she did lie and she lost and everything, but from the jump, that's probably different because either which way she didn't get caught until after she did her scenes in Aquaman and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can't really get too mad at the whole movie because, it was before all the truth came to light. Now this one, I don't know, man. It seems like it was made after the events of what happened on there. So that's why I'm saying, like, one thing is if like you're watching it to support it, but you didn't, whatever happened to that person, like kind of like what's that movie with Zack Snyder, the Army of the Dead? No, what was it called?
Which one?
Army of Thieves. No, the one that came out recently, the one with the zombies, Dave Bautista. No.
Yeah, it was
Army of Dead.
Yes.
Right, correct.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay. Netflix. Yeah, the one on Netflix. Like what happened with Chris D'Elia, you know what I mean? All those scandals came out after the fact, after he made his scenes and stuff like that in the movie. They made the right decision, cut him out, did what they had to do because he was in that much deep water. But some movies, they don't have the budget or that extra cash to go ahead and throw around and try to, replace and green screen and put people in there and stuff like that the way they did for that movie. So one thing is if they make it after the fact that they did something, and another thing is if, it so happened to come to light after they made the project. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, still, it's like Dave, like with that movie, for example, Dave Bautista. There's still a bunch of good actors in it, and what am I gonna do? Not watch the movie because there's one actor in there that didn't even have a main role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Will Smith has a main role in this one, and it seems like it was made after the slap.
Oh yeah, it was because he was going through. They put him through the ringer. He got canceled with his shit from Netflix. I know he was supposed to do like an I Am Legend like prequel or something like that.
I think it's still happening.
Is it?
I don't know.
I could have sworn it was canceled.
I haven't heard any word from it anymore, so maybe I'm not sure.
But he was losing all this shit. Like he's banned from the Oscars for I don't know how long. Like,
but that's his own fault. That's what I'm saying. That like he should have known better than to do what he did. Like I said, he caused an uproar within the comedian community. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want to go. It looks good, like I said, but I'm just torn for personal reasons. I mean, if you guys are willing to overlook it and you guys want to go watch it, that's your thing. But me personally, I don't know if I want to support him just yet. And the half-baked apology that he put online was kind of I didn't like it. It seemed like somebody typed it out for him and he was just made to reread it. And no, I'll see in the future how I feel. I know Will Smith is a talented actor. I loved him since I was a kid, but that to me, the way he handled what he handled on stage, it just didn't sit right with me for sure.
No, yeah, it's weird because I mean I'm not telling you how to feel or nothing. It's just from my own point of view because like I said before, I can separate art from artist pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
There is some gray area where I'm like, fuck that. I'm not Kanye, for example. Like I stopped fucking with him completely. It's just preference at that point.
So something got to be worse. Something got to be worse for you, huh?
When you start making fun of a collective people, saying you're gonna go DEFCON 3 of them,
yeah, okay, yeah, that one. But so there's a moving line for you, is what you're saying.
This is why it's just gray area. It's it'll change depending on circumstances.
It's your own personal tolerance.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Get you. Yeah. So, what about you guys? What do you guys think? Are you guys gonna support him? Do you guys feel like he deserves to see it? Do you feel like do you feel like he deserves to have people watch the movie after what he did? I mean, or do you not care and you gonna watch it regardless because of the great director that's attached to it and all that? I'm still on the fence. Not saying that I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm not saying that I'm gonna jump 100% to go watch it. But hopefully it's good.
Yeah, it looks okay, I guess.
With that, we're gonna move to our last piece of news. So incoming, guys, Andor spoilers are gonna be coming in after this topic. We'll remind you guys again, but just putting it out there for y'all. So apparently there's talks going around saying that Ezra Miller will actually be doing press for the Flash movie, but it will be scripted and limited. No personal interviews, no extras. Everything that he says is going to be off a teleprompter, and that's it. Good compromise?
That does sound like a good compromise, but I can also see the very bad reactions coming from that.
Yeah, because it's the thing. The thing is that people, with all the whole thing with everything that happened, people are gonna want to know more than just what's happening in the movie. They're gonna want to know what's in his personal life. They're gonna know what happened here, there, blah 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 blah, and it's just gonna be so distracting from the movie. Um, and I'm sure they're gonna have to clear it with the PR team what they can ask and stuff like that. But some people sneak things in on the spot, and make it and misconstrue it. Cut it up, do whatever they do, and hopefully that doesn't happen to my boy. Because I apparently there's still, I don't know. I'm getting mixed rumors, but that Zaslav likes Ezra Miller as the Flash, so he might want to keep him if he does good. But if he fucks up again, then they're probably gonna have to go a different way. And some people are just saying like he's completely done, and once the Flash comes out, it's done. But I'm hearing a lot of good things. Test screenings are saying that the movie's doing really good. There's a lot of faith in this movie. So, I mean, what do you think?
I This sounds like a good compromise. I think it's the problem where like the news outlets and stuff are gonna want to pry and push and then watch. They're gonna ask him. After they're probably gonna end up asking him. He's gonna be like, "Can we move on?" And then they're gonna try and press the issue again, and then he's just gonna end up walking off on one of his interviews because they're gonna press the issue and stuff. As for Zaslav and all that, I hope he likes him enough to keep him because again, I like Ezra Miller as the Flash. It just but I don't know. It sounds like it would be fine, and if he's still getting the help they need, then that's even better because that means the press will go smoother.
Yeah, if it's scripted, it'd be good. And if they can get the PR team behind it and make sure that they're only sticking to the script and he answers whatever he needs to answer. Because to be honest, I just want to move on from all of it too. With him, I don't know if he was in the wrong or right about it just yet. I mean, out of everything they accused him of, he's going to court for one thing right now. You know what I mean? And can we give him a pass for his mental illness? We'll see how bad it is when he's ready and willing to want to open up and talk about it. But until then, innocent until proven guilty. We don't know exactly what happened and what he's going through. So hopefully he gets the help that he needs, and hopefully he gets through this press junket. Hopefully the Flash movie is the hype that, Zaslav, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Warner Brothers themselves, before the whole passing of the kingdom happened, like they're really proud of this movie, and they say that Ezra Miller puts on a good performance. So does Michael Keaton. Like I'm telling you, like they have a high test screening.
Yeah, like I have faith for this movie as well. It's not just them. I've been looking out forward to this one for a minute, so I hope it works out. And if Ezra Miller is still getting the help they need, then that's even great because again, that'll just make the press so much smoother.
Yes, sir. And I cannot wait for the Flash movie. So it needs to hurry up because this Flash movie's been taking way too long to come out, man. The Fastest Man Alive has the slowest time to get to the box office,
Right now it's coming out. It's on track to come out what middle of next year, summer.
I thought it was like in the March time.
That's why. So like almost mid-year.
Yeah, 4 months in.
Well, not like March because we got Shazam in March.
Yeah, I don't remember how far they pushed back that one, but I know Aquaman's in December. So yeah, it has to be maybe summertime, probably a summertime blockbuster because Shazam's in March.
Yeah, I hope so when they stop moving the post because I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah. They need to hurry up, and I like Ezra Miller as the Flash, so if our support keeps him there, hopefully, like I said, he's innocent, and keep making DC movies because I need more Flash movies. With that, that's the end of the news part. We're gonna move on to Andor and the spoilers. We're gonna be talking about episode 11. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, pause the pod. Go watch it, come back, and discuss with us. With that, spoilers coming up. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it started. Andor episode 11. Josh, come on. I need to hear your thoughts on it first.
This one was heartbreaking, honestly. It was like heartbreaking in a good way. Like It was like we're spoilers for episode 10 if you haven't seen it. But
11.
well, no, 10 because I'm about to mention 10 right now.
Oh, okay.
Coming right off the heels of their big prison break in episode 10, we see Andor trying to escape, get off planet. All while he's trying to make his escape, the Empire is closing in. We find out his mom passes in this episode. Um, the whole town is looking to give her a big funeral. The Empire is watching them to see if Andor comes through. You got other people trying to come in and get a piece of Andor. It looks like episode 12 is going to be a big ensemble piece because all the pieces are moving in that direction.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of setup for the final episode coming up next week. But I agree with you. It was heartbreaking. Mon Mothma's performance in this one was like, you can tell she was sad, not just because she was starting to tear up, but like the sadness in her eyes, everything that was happening. Val looking at her, wanting to help her, but knows that she can't do anything. Saw Gerrera, why'd they kill him in Rogue One is beyond me, but this guy is a fucking minute. I like Forrest Whitaker playing him. In this episode, I feel like the beginning was kind of slow, but it shows the heartbreak and like how alone he is now. You know what I mean? Like with his mom passing away. The droid having to deal with it too. And I say it's slow, but not in a bad way. It was slow, but like it's because they made you like sit in the sorrow and the sadness of everything that was happening. He's breaking out of prison, trying to get home and get his life back together. So he can keep going. Has no idea that his mother passed away. Doing the best that he can. Again, the Empire fucking just being pure evil and fucking douchebags back there. The blonde chick, the ISB agent, she is fucking ruthless. She's a badass. Like, her presence on screen, just fucking terrifying, bro. Like, she is terrifying. Like, she seems like she does not give a fuck. She does not give a fuck.
Yeah, no, they're gunning for Andor. The ISB, the Empire, like, and not just him, but they are clearly getting close to figuring out the rebels and stuff, because in this episode, toward the end, they what's his name? Luthen has a run-in with the Empire, and we get a badass scene from him in his cruiser, spaceship, whatever you call it. That scene was total fucking hype. Like, this episode didn't need the action, but the fact that it was Luthen, like, giving it to us, like, that shit was tough,
bro.
man.
The way that he just kind of dumped on them, slapped up their people, and just flew off, bro. He mic dropped them.
Yeah, no, it's clear that like his character can do more than just talk the talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you can tell too, cause like the way he was so calm about getting everything handled, talking to them. He's experienced, he's skilled, he knows how to get around all this stuff, and he did everything, played them. He knows that they're arrogant and cocky. Like the guy said, his credentials had checked out, but they were still being assholes and still wanted a board and just, be dicks, right?
Yeah.
So you know what? They get what they got, and he got humiliated. His ship got destroyed, and he put other officers' lives in danger, and now some of them are dead because of the fact that they just want to be arrogant and cocky. Not that they care, because they don't care about the people that they have. They're replaceable to them. But yeah, the look on their faces. And that's something too, like this whole episode, like everything that they felt in every episode, everything that they feel, you can tell in their faces and their body language, like as tough as they want to act on screen and everything, like it's it's crazy how all these characters, all these people that they put in this cast has so many dimensions that their performances are like crazy for a TV show.
Yeah, it like with this episode, well, and like all episodes, that feeling of like every emotion that they want to convey and portray, like they get that point across 100%. Because in the last episode with Kino Loy, when he was giving his speech, the camera was just lingering on him as he spoke, and you can tell like the emotion he was giving off was not just about hope, but like anger and fear, and like, let's get the fuck out of here, like freedom finally, like. And then just for him to like, again, when it got to the point where he was like, I can't swim, you see the disappointment on his face. He's happy for Andor and stuff, but he knows he can't go now. So I mean, he was just like, every emotion you feel it because the camera decides to linger and let you soak it in.
Yeah, kind of like the ending, especially like when the person he was with, when who he escaped with, was saying that he needs to go his separate ways and all that, and saying, how many people survived, what is it, just them two? Like the way that they just showed their emotions on their sleeve, and then right before that, Andor had gotten the news that his mom had passed away, and just the way they sat there and just faced the camera towards him after being left alone, trying to be strong and do what he has to do still. And like, it's just super heartbreaking to have seen like him trying to hold it together, but in the inside you can tell like he's breaking down. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm sure now he wishes, as the character, that she should have went with him and stuff. Maybe he would have been out of prison, or maybe if he never got caught up in the first place, he probably would have been there sooner. But I mean, again, it just goes to show that there's consequences ever since they hit up Aldani. You know what I mean? It's just been consequence after consequence. Like the repercussions of hitting Aldani has just rippled. And I'm not saying it caused his mom's death, but the fact that he got caught up because
couldn't visit her.
Yeah, because of Aldani, and like put him in that position to act nervous and then get imprisoned. Like he just couldn't see her in her last moments, and so now he's just finding out. Like,
and not just him too, but like the rebellion itself, like they're already on the ropes, and so the fact that they did that, and maybe bit off a little bit more than they can chew, like they got a lot of attention on them now. They got people with their eyes, like how they said in this episode, like their name is getting tossed from Coruscant all the way across the galaxy, so it's everything is kind of hitting the fan right now. Right, they're laying the groundwork for the final episode next week. Seems like Andor might be going to go visit that funeral after all. We got that other agent, the one that got fired in the beginning. He got information about where Andor is at too. So we basically got the ISB, we got him, and we got Val coming for him. We got 3 different agencies coming, or one agency, one man slash agency, however you want to see it, and Val. They're coming in to try to swoop him up next episode. I'm sure at the funeral. Where do you think this is heading? You think he's gonna make it out? I mean, obviously, you might make it out.
No,
but
I'm sure he's gonna make it out. He's him, and I think that girl that's watching him. I'm assuming it's his sister, right? Or have they given that girl a name yet?
What girl?
The one that keeps like watching him. The one that would in the bar, she shows up and the guy was like, "Oh, did you know her?" And she was like, "No, I've only been here for like a week."
The girlfriend, Val's girlfriend.
Is that her?
The Indian chick.
Is that I don't know. Probably I don't know. I don't remember her name, but like I'm sure he's gonna make it out though. I don't know if that one chick's gonna make it out. The one that
Val.
Yeah, the one he said goodbye to. and then they've just been torturing the fuck out of her.
Oh yeah, like when I seen her pop up on screen in this episode, and like just the flushed in her face, and she's been through it, man.
Yeah, no, she looks.
I think
tired.
she finally cracked in this one. I think she cracked right before they cut cameras. I'm pretty sure she started cracking.
Yeah, no. Again, you can see the emotion in her face. She looked fucking tired. They were putting her through the ringer and shit, just to find out who the fuck Luthen is and Krieger and fucking Andor, even though he was right under their fucking nose.
Yeah, which is coming to light too. So
yeah,
I mean, great episode. Another banger. 10 out of 10. Like I said, when you think Andor can't get any higher, bro, it gets higher.
Yeah, no.
I do. While we're on the topic of Andor, I want to talk about that they're putting the first 2 episodes on regular TV. They're putting them on ABC, Hulu, and I believe Disney. People are kind of split in between saying that it's not doing numbers, and some other people are saying that it's because they just want to, introduce it to more people because, for the people that are skeptical, give it to them for free. So what do you think that is?
I hope that brings in more audience people, because this show, man, like, if you're sleeping on it, you can't, man. It's too good. This is Star Wars at its peak, man. Like, when you got good actors that care, when you got like people that care, like the camera work, direction, actors, the writers, like, it's too fucking good to be slept on.
They got Academy Award winners in this and nominees, so I think, yeah, it's worth it. I don't think that Andor is doing bad, but I don't think it's doing as good as people, or at least we would hope it to be. And that's only because when it came out with She-Hulk. People were more interested in the MCU is going to happen. I don't feel like they did enough hype for this show as well. And I hope it's not this reason, but I kind of feel like it is too, is that there's no cameos and there's no, Jedi involved and stuff like that. It's just about people, a certain story from just random people in space, you know what I mean? And that, I feel like that sucks, because I think people, like, even if you don't like even if you can't watch Star Wars with just lightsabers and stuff, just be like, you know what, it's not a Star Wars show, it's just a regular drama series, you know what I mean? Like, it has great actors, great cast. The performances are really great in the show, and the set pieces are nice, shot on location, everything looks really good. The visuals are great. The visuals in this one was really good. Even in that spaceship fight, like, it looked great, like the visuals on it. So for a TV show, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that they're trying to spread the word. But come on, people, we got to watch it. We got to watch it. It's good.
And good. I think another thing is the fact that, again, it's those fucking people that were like, well, why do we have to see a show about him? We know he dies. But, like, man, you guys are missing out on so much good shit if that's your reason for not watching it, because holy fuck. It's too fucking good, man. 10 out of 10. This episode was fucking hit.
Episode was 10 out of 10. Fuck yeah. But with that, go watch Andor. It's great. But what about you guys? Have you guys watched it? Are you guys still on the fence? Is us not telling you, not convincing enough? Just go give it a watch. Go give it a try. Let us know down at our Twitter at Filmbros Podcast, and on YouTube. Go ahead and leave us a comment there. Our videos in their entirety are over there. Where else can they find us?
Did you say Twitter?
Twitter,
YouTube, we're on TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Again, that's all at Filmbros Podcast. It's all of our stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, links in the description.
Yes. Make sure you guys comment, follow, subscribe. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, late.